you're on a cruise ship, and in your cabin you only have one power outlet, as we've shown in one of our tip videos. But you've got a phone, you've got a camera, or 3 if you're Vacation Impossible, you've got a tablet, you've got a variety of things that you want to power, and this is just one person. You generally have 2 people or more to a cabin and only one electrical outlet. How do you resolve this issue? Well, the people at Trond recently reached out to us here at Vacation Impossible with a solution, and they were nice enough to send us a sample. I'll mention at the top here, this video is not sponsored, but we did get this sample for free. So I'm just now going to open it, which they sent us, and this is the Cruise Power Cube, which is supposed to be a solution to those cruise power problems that we mentioned in our tip video, where you only have one outlet, possibly 2 or more people, and a variety of devices that you want to keep charged on your cruise. So just opening it up, this is kind of an unboxing, first impressions. They sent it in this protected bag, which is pretty good. Got the packing slip there. And this is it here. My first impression of it, this is the Trond Prime Nano Travel Power Strip with USB. That USB thing, I'm very excited to see. That could become very important. But one thing that I noticed right away is it's nice and small. You know, you think of power strips and extension cords and things like that, and they eat up a lot of space. They take up a lot of real estate in your luggage. This looks very compact, which I'm excited about. I've seen a variety of different things that do this. Different people that travel with us have brought different things. I already am very impressed with how compact this is. And it doesn't weigh very much at all, and it's not going to take up a lot of space. But I can even see from the picture here that it has a variety of ports and USB, which is super useful. And it says here on the side of the box, no surge protection, which is actually a good thing, because if you have a power strip, power bar, or something like this that has surge protection, it's actually not allowed on the cruise ship. Those are not allowed. And then, of course, the very next thing that it mentions, it's cruise compliant, which is fantastic, and travel friendly, which it clearly is. Alright, so it's light and it's compact. I'm excited about that. So we're just going to open this guy up and take a look at the Trond Prime Nano Travel Power Strip with USB. Just opening it up here. And one thing I really like about this packaging is it's very efficient. They're not wasting any space here, so that speaks to you know, being environmentally conscious, which is something I appreciate. So there's a little thing here that says, "You are in good hands, Trond." And it's their customer care information. All Trond products come with an 18-month product warranty and 30-day money-back guarantee. Simply email us, etc., etc. 100% satisfaction guarantee. Sharing is a virtue. So they would, obviously, like a product review, I'm doing a video product review right here, right now. And so there is a little welcome guide. And again, it mentions how it's cruise compliant. I'm obviously not on a cruise right now, but I wanted to open it up and take a look right away, because I'm not going to be on a cruise again probably for a couple of months, and I'm definitely going to take this and test it out on the cruise ship, but I wanted to give you guys an early look because it's currently August, and you know, holidays are coming up. For the traveler in your family, this might be a fantastic Christmas present. Maybe something to put in the Christmas sock, a stocking stuffer, if you will, could be really good. So, yeah, this is just some basic information about the plugs and what's included. But let's dive right in. Let's take a look at this guy here, because I'm excited to get to it. And it is very, it's a little tightly packed, but again, that's a good thing because they're making efficient use of space, which I appreciate. Probably keeps their costs down. It's in this bag that actually has a nice kind of texture to it. That's actually kind of a different kind of bag. That's nice. So, you know, here it is. And look at that. That is not very large. It is a 3-pronged plug-in. So if it's only a 2-prong outlet that you're thinking of plugging this into, that wouldn't work. It needs to be a 3-pronged with the grounding line right there. However, on the cruise ship, that's always the case. I don't think I've ever seen one that didn't have the 3rd plug. So, looking here, they're making a very good use of space. And again, look at that. That's super light. That won't take up much space in your luggage. It's kind of fun to juggle. Maybe you shouldn't juggle it. Anyways, so looking at it here, we've got 1, 2, 3 plug-ins with, again, all three. So if you've got something that needs that grounding wire in there as well, or just two, that all works fine. Here's the thing that I particularly like, is on the end of it, they've got two USB ports right there. Because a lot of things these days are just the USB port your device will come with. For example, on this channel, Vacation Impossible, we use our GoPros quite frequently. And for charging our GoPros, they come with just a simple USB cord. They don't have that little box there that converts it to plug into the wall. So, for something like that, plugging it in here on the end of this, that is super handy. And we do have two GoPros that we travel with. So here's that second cord. And again, just plugs in nice and easy. There's decent enough spacing here where it's really easy to put it in and out. And so accessibility, accessing that is pretty nice. And then you've got the plugs all the way around. So let's say, for example, you've also brought your tablet with you. I've got my Surface, which I'm probably going to be upgrading soon. So got that plug here. Plugs right in. It's a nice firm grip. One thing that I have noticed in some hotel rooms and other places is sometimes you'll have like a really loose connection, and like I can't really simulate it here because this is a good grip, but sometimes it will hang slightly off of what you've plugged it into, and then possibly even fall out in the middle of the night, and then you wake up, getting ready to leave your hotel room, and like your cell phone's not charged when you thought it was. That happened to me recently on a road trip. But that is a nice snug fit. That's going to stay in there. And also with the USB, and keeping in mind that the intention behind this is for a cruise ship, although honestly this would work in a hotel or all sorts of different places. But this is on a cruise ship. The cruise ship will move a little bit. You can get that sort of shaking, turbulence sort of thing. Everything's really snug in there, but you don't have to fight to get it in. So I'm really liking that. But let's continue to max this thing out. Okay, so we've got that. Let's say I've also got my cell phone. So I'm going to plug in my cell phone charger as well. Goes in nice and firm, but nice and smooth. Again, pretty stable there. And we've got one more port left. So let's say that we've brought our DSLR camera, and we're going to need to charge that battery after taking a bunch of video and pictures. One more thing to plug in, and then it's in. Nice and easy. So, I mean, once you've plugged in a whole bunch of stuff, it's not great to look at, but look here where it plugs into the wall. You see how that's nice and clean. So, you'll be able to fit that in a lot of places and adjust. Like, maybe you've got the plug going in here and you got a table right underneath it, no problem. Switch that around, and you can rest that on a table, and as you can see, that'll plug nicely into the wall. So I'm pretty enthusiastic about this so far. I like the weight, I like the size, I like the shape, the design. It's beautifully designed. But, of course, the proof is in the pudding. So I'm going to plug this thing in and see how it handles the various devices. I'll plug them all back in one at a time, and we can really test this thing out in depth, here at home. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this on my next cruise. And honestly, if this works as advertised, I'll be taking this on all my cruises. This is fantastic. So let's juice this thing. I've got my own little kind of extension cord here at home, so I'm just going to plug that in. Nice firm grip. Again, that is on there. I could not shake that out if I wanted to, which is really important if you want a reliable thing charging your devices. One thing you'll notice once it's plugged in and receiving power, on the USB side, opposite of where the plug is, there's a little white light that turns on. So that lets you know if it's receiving power. I appreciate that quite a bit. I have a similar thing on my charger for my Surface 3. A little light goes on when power's flowing, and that way I know it's getting a charge. I have confidence in that. So let's start plugging some things in. Let's start off with the cell phone. Cell phone's probably the thing that you're going to need to charge the most and most reliably. So let's start with that. Just going to plug that in there and hook in the phone. And it is charging. You can see on the green light there, that's charging just fine. Let's plug in a few more things, shall we? Going to go for the GoPros. Using the USB connection for the GoPros here. Going to go for both of these at the same time. Got to get them out of their protective casing and take the cover off. But then I'm going to connect the USB and we'll see how that goes. I am confident so far. This appears to be a very professionally designed product. Honestly, the only thing that I could think that would make it better is if the prongs were retractable on where it plugs in, but it's so small there's nowhere for them to go, so I just don't think that would be feasible. So, going for one GoPro, And going for the second GoPro here. And this one's charged. They're both charging. At the same time, the phone is continuing to charge. Let's take things one step further. Let's plug in that tablet, my Microsoft Surface 3, which I am in the market for a new travel tablet. So stay tuned to this channel because this is getting a little old, a little slow, and so I have to replace it. So I'm going to be doing some research. I'm going to be doing a video series on buying a travel tablet so that you can get the best tablet for your travels, so you'll be able to watch videos, TV shows, listen to music, write a blog post, play a game, whatever you want to do, but in a way that's cost-effective, lightweight, and reliable. But stay tuned for that video in the future. For now, we're testing out this, and here we go, charging immediately. So again, my phone, my tablet, and my GoPro's all still charging, and we've still got one port to go. So now, I'm going to plug in the charger for my DSLR batteries. And I'm just going to grab one of those batteries to put in there so it actually has something to charge. And then we can see this thing in action. But so far, honestly, I couldn't be more impressed with this. This is everything that I was hoping it would be. Again, the only thing that if I had a suggestion to make is if the prongs could have been retractable, but then I think it would have made the device larger. And I think they made the right choice there. There you go. That's charging. GoPros are charging. Phone is charging. Tablet is charging. So I'm currently charging a tablet, a phone, a DSLR battery, and 2 GoPros off of this one attachment by Trond. So I am impressed. I like this. I'm going to be taking this on my cruise. I am probably going to take this on other trips, not just cruises. There have been several times when I've gone to a hotel. You go to like a Hilton or a Hampton Inn, and they're great. They'll have tons of ports and USB ports all over the place. No problem to charge something. But you go to like maybe an extended stay, a Motel 6, somewhere else, or a boutique hotel, you don't necessarily know what you're going to get in terms of power availability. And again, if you're traveling with more than one person or a variety of devices that you want to keep charged, something like this is going to be really handy to have along. This is definitely going to be a thing that you're going to be happy to have had with you. And it looks great. It doesn't take up a lot of space. So, yeah, this is fantastic. I would recommend this so far. I'm going to do another video reviewing this in a few months, talking about how it holds up on the road and on a cruise ship. But so far, I'm completely impressed. The price for it, the price point is very reasonable. So, for the cost of like lunch, maybe 2 lunches if you're eating cheaply, something like this, it can just revolutionize and take the stress out of, the low battery problem or, the low tablet, or honestly, arguing with your cabin mate. You're on a cruise for an extended period of time in a small space. You don't need things to be upset about. Who's using the power outlet? Who's not? This Trond Power Cube could be the solution to prevent those unnecessary arguments. So I think it's fantastic. So check the description below. I'm going to have links to both the Amazon Canada and Amazon US product listings for this. And yeah, I recommend this. I think this is going to be a mainstay piece of travel equipment for my future travels, probably for years. We're going to put this thing to the test, but so far the first test is passed with flying colors. I can't think of a way to make it better. For example, even just thinking about that light that comes on when you plug it in. It's so small that it's not going to be a giant light source in the room. It's enough to give you an indication, but not enough to disturb your sleep at night. And so I think that is particularly thoughtful. I can't think of a critical thing to say. The only thing to keep an eye out for is the fact that there will be, and you're going to get this on almost all adapters or power cubes, is you will have these plugs sticking out, so that'll be something you keep an eye out for in your luggage. But honestly, something like this, you could stick this in a pair of shoes inside your luggage. It's not going to eat up a whole lot of space, and again, nice and lightweight. So I think this gets the Vacation Impossible seal of approval. It's beautifully designed, it works, it's light, it doesn't take up much space. So now the question is, how is this going to perform on the road? I'm optimistic, but we're going to test it out on the road, on the cruise ship. So please subscribe to the channel, stay tuned, so you can see our follow-up and putting this through its paces and see how much punishment it can take. As well, check out the other videos we've got here on the channel. We've got travel tips, packing tips, how to get a cruise at a good price, all sorts of useful things that'll help you have more fun, travel more, and save money while you're doing it. If you like this video, please give it a like. We appreciate it. It helps other people discover the video. And yeah, let me know, do you have something like this that you use? How do you solve your power problems on the road? Do you just rely on the hotel and the cruise ship to hopefully have enough power outlets? Or do you have something like this? Is this something that would help you? I can tell you it's going to help me. I'm looking forward to using this. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.